Well, hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. Hope you are doing well. Let's get to it. On the list today, we're going to go over some hard drives that I've managed to find in the world. Then we're going to go over to just the aluminum production and the nuclear facility, just to go over some changes that I've made. And from there, we're going to get to the building. We'll start with 840 per minute iron ingot smelting, 880 steel ingot smelting. Hopefully we can get that number. I just have to check and balance everything out. I know we are producing, let's see here, it's 660 petroleum coke that we're producing. We are going to have to send 75 into each machine. That's going to be 8.8. And if we take that 8.8 times the 100 that we can get, it's going to be 880. So we should be able to get that. And then we just have to decide on where we're going to unload the petroleum coke. Oh, look at this. Before I forget, I was under the impression you have to have the dimensional storage box down in order to load anything in here. But I was completely wrong. You can just drop any item in here and it will definitely be uploaded into dimensional storage, which is really good. So I've started adding everything that I might need for crafting, even for medical inhalers. And it's a much safer place to store everything up instead of leaving it inside of the hub, which is really good. And I can definitely have a nice clean inventory. Just have what we need on us, because I think that might be at the end of the day a much better idea. And then also I did go ahead and get it upgraded quite a bit so we can hold a lot more, and it's uploading at 120 a minute. So that's also somewhat nice to have. Over to the production. It was all just being sent inside of the awesome sink here. The overflow from when the train is already loaded up will still be sent back into the overflow here. Should keep this entire production up and running. You know what, no, there's something else I want to get first. Dimensional storage can only hold so much. Oh boy, that's a little bit too much there. I just want to grab a couple of stacks here because I need it at the aluminum production just to keep everything running a little bit longer. We'll go over that in just a minute. I think that should be enough. Okay, let's get back out here again. Oh boy, I have to say there's a lot better performance increase in the PC using the Ryzen compared to what I had before. Oh, it's going to be so much better when we could just get the graphics card. So then, petroleum coke being loaded out here via 2 belts Mark 5. And that's going to load into the train that we have to get set up there by the other production. But let me get to the ones I want to get to first. Aluminum production. I added a packager over there with a container and a constructor. I did remove some of the fluid buffers. So that is the whole point of why I want to get this done. I need to make sure that the fluid packager is running in order to remove the alumina solution. And that keeps this entire production up and running as well. So nice to see the drones up and going as well there. It's supposed to be at the top side, I think. Yeah, this building is quite large, but not near our nuclear facility. That place is absolutely massive. So I did add a lot of these gates around in all of the facilities. I just think it's a lot easier to run in like that. So all of the plastic we got over there, as well as the plastic we have in dimensional storage, should be more than fine. That should keep it running for quite a bit. It does use up 120 a minute, so I don't think it's gonna last all that long. Yeah, it's giving us packaged alumina solution at 120. And that sort of helps with keeping the buffer from overfilling the way it is now. Something I'm gonna have to come back and take a look at. But for the moment, let's go over to our nuclear production. Go and take a look at what we can find there. I wonder if Bugger and Slugger is going to be around here at the hub. Maybe they find something interesting. Let's take a quick look. And I really need to start getting the space elevator production up and running. I'm going to be needing smart plating in order to do it. And that is why we're going to start this massive factory. Hey there, buddies. You guys are down here. Good. Oh, thank you, bugger. Slug is nice. And some concrete from slugger. Okay, definitely not too bad. Let's head over here this way. It should be good. I did make quite a few changes over there by our iron smelting that we've been sending over to the heavy modular frame factory. That's going to be a total of 420 ingots and 420 iron ore that's being sent out there. We are going to be upgrading the miners to a Mark III, and then by doing some slight overclocking we should be able to get the values that we need in order to run this entire production that I want to run here, because we are going to be smelting a lot of ingots. Iron ingots and the steel ingots, and from there I'm going to do that in the next episode, because I'm going to have to take a lot of time to go through all of the raids that we can do. In the previous episode we did find that hard drive that gave us the steel beams to convert into screws that gives us 250 a minute, and that is why we're sending the petroleum coke over this side as well, so we can get that done there. And the thing is, we need a lot of screws. All of the ingots are only basically going to go for steel plates and the iron rods, just because that is going to be the one thing that I'm going to suffer on. We need to make a lot of reinforced iron plates, modular frames, and then we'll take a look at the other stator production that we got there as well. Let me take a look here. It's supposed to be stator. Let's open this. Where's the one with the quick wire? Oh, we don't have it. It's because I never went over the hard drives. Okay, we'll get to that in just a moment. Oh, bugger. Completely forgot about that. Okay, so inside nuclear production. Let me just get this done. The production rate that we were running on is going to be 1.2. Now, for some reason, the very last reactor over there kept stuttering the entire time. I don't know why. So the very first machine is still at its default 0.4 rate. And the two right next to it is going to be at 0.5 with one Somers loop. And that, for some reason, increasing from 1.2 to 1.4 does give all of the reactors more than enough to start filling on up. And then I also did make a couple of changes into the particle accelerator room. Our nuclear waste was all the way filled up right until near the end here. And just look at how nice and clean it is. So at some point the particle accelerator is going to start turning on and off. And thank goodness that is going to happen, because this does use up quite a bit of power. I don't know why I added the water pipe on here to the particle accelerator and added this into fluid buffers, because all I needed to do was just send it back out of the factory and into the water pump over there. That is all we actually needed to have this production running non-stop without any issues. This has been underclocked in the previous episode. It's set to 50 per minute. We do need 100 non-fissile uranium in order to keep the particle accelerator running. And the nuclear waste will only be filling up as the reactors are running, and then once there's enough waste, we're going to get some pellets. And those 30 plutonium pellets are going to be sent over here to 3 assemblers doing encased plutonium cells at 5 per minute, a total of 15. And that 15 is being used up if we overclock our manufacturer by 2 power shards. It's going to use up a total of 15 encased plutonium cells, 9 beams, 3 electromagnetic control rods, and 5 heatsinks a minute. And that is all we need. So with that production rate, everything is going to be cleaned up. We are going to be left with no nuclear waste here, uranium waste. Oh, bugger, come on, can't get in there. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky. Let me just do it the proper way. Oh, it's sometimes so difficult to time it correctly to be able to slide down that belt there. Okay, well, not too bad. I can't really do anything to send the rest of this production into an awesome sink there, because... No, wait a minute. I think if this gets backlogged, we can send in the encased uranium cells as well. Or it needs to be the fuel rod, I think. Nonetheless, I'll take a look at it if it becomes a problem. I do want to check the hard drives real quick. This is the entire reason why we're going to be doing this. Coke steel ingot, 100 per minute. It takes up, let's open this quickly. Where do you do it? Like this. Okay, so it takes up 75 per minute iron ore and petroleum coke in order to give us 100 per minute. That's why we can get the 8.8 machines down for our 880. But if we take a look at this, if you fully add the power shots, it's going to be 250%. If we can do that, it's going to be a total of 187.5 per machine. And that's going to give us 250 a minute. So let's take that 250 times the 3. That's going to give us 750. And then we're just going to have one basic machine doing 100. So that's going to be 850 then. I think we can still do that. And it's going to use up a lot less space than having 8 smelters. Oh, wait a minute. The other hard drives. Just get back here. Okay, so we got insulated cable, wire and rubber. I don't think I'm going to go for this, but it is 100 a minute. That is... Yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. That's actually really good. We just have to send some rubber and we can always increase the production. So let's grab a look. Aluminum rod. I don't think I'm going to go for that. Least deuterium ingot. No. Biocoal and OC supercomputer. You know what? Let's take this supercomputer. I do want to get into this production a lot more. Hence the reason why we're going to start smelting so many ingots. So let's grab that because it keeps popping up and then hopefully it doesn't show up again and we can get some different recipes. Fused quartz crystal, no. Instant crap, scrap. Not crap, it's crap there. But nonetheless, it's a stupid recipe, that one. Let's see, 7.5 if we add rubber into our flexible framework. This is also something that I need to start doing. So normally it takes up 12 steel beams there. I don't know if I'm gonna go for this one. And then we got steam copper at 22.5 instead of 10. So I think I'm gonna go for that. I don't think I'm gonna be using it, but we'll go for it. And then we also need to start smart plating. Let's take a look here. This is going to be at 5 per minute if we add plastic. I don't know if we're gonna do this. We might as well offload this plastic we have there by the iron production. So we might use it. I'm gonna take that one. Then we got silicon high-speed connectors. Instead of cable we can use silica. But that only gives us 3 a minute, so I don't think so. How did we get the same one? Coke steel ingot. Or did I not select this reward? Could have sworn I did. It's the recipe that I was looking for. Gonna have to go back in the video because that is messing with my mind now. Okay, let's take a look here. We got plastic AI limiter at 8 per minute. And instead of doing the entire copper sheet, we just have to send over plastic. So if we can get another oil production set up somewhere, we can get all of the plastic needs fed through drones to wherever we need them. I think that might work out. Infused uranium cells. I don't think I'm going to go for that. Turbo fuel blend, no. Polymer resin. And fused wire. This is going to be at 90 a minute. This one might not be too bad, depending if we can find a deuterium place somewhere that we can mine close by to the train route. And we got tempered copper ingot, quartz purification. I think I'm gonna go for this heat exchanger. That is heat sinks. at 10 per minute instead of 7.5, taking up rubber and aluminum castings instead of the alclad sheets. I think I'm definitely gonna go for this one. That's all of the hard drives, right? Yes, it is. Good. Let's get out of here. This radiation is starting to get nuts there. Okay, so that is all of the hard drives done. Let's just grab onto the wire here. It's going to be all of the hard drives. So over to our ingots. That is going to be just over and towards the left here. So nice to see everything running nice and smooth. All of our heavy modular frames are being produced here. So the 480 ingots and ore is being sent into that production. That's why we can't stop that facility. And I definitely don't want to be breaking things down in this season. I want to leave all of the production that I'm able to make here. So let's get the hopper pack, get the smelters down, and then we'll take a look at how we can get the miners to work out the way that I want to. I've been doing quite a lot. It's been insane. So blueprints, large smelting, 840 iron ingots a minute. Gonna have to remove this foundations, I think, in order for everything to work properly. Does need to be opened. I'll get it placed down. That's why the lights are exposed now. So over this way should be fine. We just have to flip it to the correct direction. So facing towards us is going to be the output for this entire production. While that's being built, let's go underneath. Just get the ramp done here. I think this one doesn't clip through at the back side, so we just have to connect it back up there. Looking good. I did extend the roadway here for the truck to drive through, and also added the beams around the windows because I really like using these clean ones. They just look so much better. So we are smelting 420 with 14 machines here. So we need 28 machines in total. That's going to be at the top in order to do our 840 a minute. Let's look at this guy unloading. Running perfect, and the building looks a lot better. Depending on how I extend it over here, we might have to go and rework a little section over there. But nonetheless, let's come and add our container that we're going to be needing over this side. I'm gonna go with a double storage box, and I think a Mark 5 belt just for in case will work. Just get it straight. I do want to add the lift at the back side here, so it just needs to be flipped around. And also increase to a Mark 5, otherwise it won't work. There we go. And then this one goes there. Okay, good. So that is all neat, tidy. Going to be loading in all the way into the container. From here we can send it out to the production, depending whether it's going to be over that side or not. Now the only other thing that I do need to add here, it's only going to be Mark 1 lifts. There was no space in the blueprint in order to do this, so I do have to connect up the back sides of all of the machines here. This might take a little bit of time. That's going to be the wrong one. Just get it to the same height. So I think the belt is going to go up slightly, but that's fine. It's not an issue. I do like the straight connection. That is one of the best features ever. It just looks so much better. And I think all of the machines are connected to power. We just have to connect this to power line somewhere. So I think if we do it over here, it should be fine. Don't want to use the double connection because we do have one outside there. So let's see if we can just quickly get this one in here. Just want to see if that's going to give it power or not. No power yet. But it should be connected. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wait a minute. I never connected this machine. Yeah, now I remember. Okay, so there we go. That connection is done. I have to do the same thing. No, I did it this side. I was adding in a different Mark II, I think, on the corner of that one, and it still had to be extended with that small little line over there. So nonetheless, we are perfect. Good to go. Just get the lifts in the same height as the other ones. Yeah, this production is gonna kick in really good. Can't wait to get it. 840 iron ingots a minute. And this is definitely not going to be a large facility. I want to try and make it as compact as possible and still get as much production as I can out of it. So it's a Mark 5 belt that we need to place in between here. It seems like I didn't add it in before I saved the blueprints. So I'm going to have to go over quite a few of them and get them done. Just to ensure that everything is going to be working, it's the best idea. So then let's go connect everything up top here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So we got two sides that we have to split the ore from. And both of them are going to be on the inside by the looks of it. No, the ores are coming in at the back. Yeah, and both of the ingots are splitting on the inside, right? So that is there. Please tell me I didn't add the splitter to this container too close there. No, it's fine. I'll just move the container a little bit. Okay, so I want to get a Mark 5 bell down. Let's just move the container a little bit more towards the side. I apologize there for the dogs. I don't know why they've been going crazy this last while. And it's so difficult to edit it out, so I really do apologize for it. Let's see. If I add it over there, is that going to be better? That's going to be directly in line. Just move the left, Mark 5. To a belt Mark 5. Okay, good. Yeah, that is perfect. We still have more than enough space to run around here if we need to. Not that I think I will. Just need to unload that into the factory. This is going to be loading the ore in. Oh, this connection is probably the best thing ever. I just enjoy using the belt placement like this. It is so good. I do want to preload the machines or the containers as well when the machines are backlogged. I do want to add a bit extra into a container. Now that looks fine. We do need to add another container over this side as well. Get a Mark 5 belt, feed it in there. That's good. Then this one needs to be wrapping around here somewhere. So I'm wondering, how do I want to do this? If I add it this way, we can add it over here. Okay, that might work. So one of these walls are going to have to be changed here. Go for the fix-it wall. Just get the double one. So we need to have ingots feeding in this side. Then this one needs to be feeding into that belt. It's incorrect. Go to the lower one. There we go. That looks a lot better. Okay, so now I need to decide where am I going to be splitting out the ores that we are going to be needing. I think we can just split it out over there. Use a Mark 5 to go over that side. That's fine. This needs to be a Mark 5 now. And then also we need to upgrade the miners to a Mark 3. And then let's come and take a look at the production rate here. Oh, I've got so much iron on me. Pull everything and then drop it away. So we're producing 480 at the moment. 480 is just enough for the lower section. And then if we overclock it, the most that we can do is gonna be how much. I just want to change my default back there. Let's take a look. Logistics. 780 a minute. Interesting. So 780 is the max. What lift do we have down there? Mark 3. This is going to have to increase. So 780 times 2 minus is going to give me 1,003. Oh my goodness, I can't speak today. 1,560. Oh boy. Okay. Minus the 480 that we need for the lower section. 420, right? That's going to leave us with 1,100. That is quite interesting. I'm going to have to upgrade everything over here. All of the belts. This one that's feeding into this side, I think we're going to split it out over here somewhere. To add in another section that we can just take up with the lift over this side somewhere. Because we don't have a truck that's driving around this side, so we don't have to be too concerned with that. And if I can get it looking decent, then why not do it? Just check here. No, that's not going to be straight. I don't want to be adding too many lifts in order to get this done, so we can just bring this one down a little bit more. Should have the same effect. Just want to go back a little bit and take a look here. I think over there should be fine. Yeah, that looks good. So that's going to be splitting out. If we overclock you to 780 a minute. Come on, give me 780. Looking good. This needs to be upgraded. Hopefully it's going to be splitting out evenly between the bottom production and the top side. We just need to add a splitter over here as well. But first off, I think I need to add a lift in this side. Because we do have the splitter. We can just add another belt into it. So that's going to have to go up a little bit higher. The only tricky thing is trying to get the levels correct for this in order to have it not looking too bad. I'll come and clean up the conveyoring on my own time. I just want to split out enough iron ore in order to get all of the smelting turned on. So I'm not seeing anything running yet. And it should be loading. Got the belt right through. Belt is going through there. This is not right, is it? Yeah, this is not right. We are loading the iron ore from the wrong side here. That's why it's not going to be working. Oh boy, what a mistake to have. I just want to unload everything that I can, yeah? Let's grab all of it, destroy it, because we're definitely not going to need it. But just look at that. The ingots are already being produced on the one side. Really good. That is going to work out perfect. Oh, this is so good. So that is going to be iron unloading. This one needed to flow in at this side. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get a container down for this one. Because this needs to be over this side. No, wait a minute. We can do it. Sure, we can do it. Okay, so if we bring the belt around here and we add the container. Well, let's see. It's going to have to flip around that side. It does show a clipping issue, which I don't like. Can't place it over there. That's going to be too far. You know what? Let's add it here in the corner. Hopefully that's going to be correct. Nice and straight. And see if we can... Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. So that's going to unload this side in the corner and fill up the container as well. As soon as the production is going to be way more than what we need. Just want to make sure I connected everything in there with the Mark 5. Does seem that way. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't load up these machines at the bottom side. Oh boy, I really need to go and take a look at my blueprint. It's been such a hectic week. I haven't really gotten around to checking everything and making sure that all of the machines are going to be running perfect. Just take a quick look there. That is running. Oh boy, look at that. 500 ingots already. 600. Yeah, this is going to go way better. As soon as all of the machines are filling up, this is going to be one of the greatest smelting areas so far in our season here. So up next is going to be our steel production. I'm just going to take a moment and take a look at how I can rework this wire section, because I think I want to add the steel production right next to the iron ingots. Just much easier to split it into the different buildings. Okay, so then while working right through the night, I managed to close off some of the sections of the building. I've got a port over here for the iron ingots that we're going to be unloading. I still have to decide which side of the factory we're going to be doing that. And then also our steel unloading is going to be right over that side. So it's going to be 75 for a total of 8 machines. That's going to take up a total of 600. So we're going to be sending over more than what we need. And then 8 machines, that's going to give us 800 instead of 880. We can get that done as well. We just have to increase one machine to produce 180 instead of just 100. That's going to give me 150. Let's see if we can get it to 180. Perfect. There we go. So that should be using up all of the petroleum coke that we are sending over in the 8 machines that we have. All of the ingots are going to be stored up. I've got them separated as 4 machines onto one belt into the container, and then the other 4 into the container. Just have to take a real quick look here. That's going to be 180. We do need to increase you to a Mark 3 then. Hopefully, I really hope that's going to work out nice and good. I did get the connection ports over there. So the machines are placed down. I just don't think they're going to be running in this episode. I still have to decide where the train station is going to be. But I ran out of time, which is quite interesting. I was having a lot of fun with that one. But nonetheless, we'll continue on in the next episode. Then we'll start up the iron smelting, or the steel smelting, not the iron. Iron is already working nice and good. So I do want to take a look in the next episode, and that's why I'm going to have to do a lot of calculations first before we can continue on. Just want to give you guys an idea of where I'm heading with this and what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to take a look at all of the N tier recipes, the smart plating, versatile frameworks, all of that. And then I'll take a look at what production we need in order to get a decent amount from that. And that is going to determine how much of our iron ingots we use for steel plates, iron rods. We're definitely going to be using steel beams in order to get the screws, because we can get more than what we need. There is not going to be an issue getting the screws out here using the steel beams. So we're going to have to get a couple constructors down for steel production, iron production, and then we'll get to it. So in the next episode, we're going to be overclocking and changing these miners to a Mark 3 as well. Yeah, they're also a Mark 2. So we're going to upgrade all of these to a Mark 3. Add our splitter connection in order to send over 660 a minute to this side, which is going to be a little bit less than what we did there on the other side there, which is good. Do like this building though. I'm not sure. I think we're going to extend it out this side, have all of the constructors working here, and then we'll send it into an assembler room over this side. And just make sure that the truck has a nice little place to drive through, same as over there. I think that might be interesting. So I'll keep that for next episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Alpha Blazed, out.